Welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. Welcome back to the Collegiate Star League. This is Map 2 of the Best of 3 qualifier. Winner of this match will get their spot at the CSL Finals at DreamHack. And this is a knife round going live. San Jose State winning the first map just rather convincingly, 16-5. And going into Overpass, so I'd personally favor USC on this map, just based off history. SJSU kind of seems to struggle, and they only really win off individual plays on their T side, so I definitely expect them to want that CT side start, and it looks like USC definitely in favor to get that. So, Will, maybe you can give us a little information. I know you've played against these guys quite a bit, so maybe give us a little lowdown what you expect.
This is definitely SJSU's worst map. I guess worst map as in the one they're most willing to not play. When we played them against SJSU at LAN and we were doing picks and bans, this was the map they banned. So Inferno, little bit. I guess Inferno for SJSU is not very strong, but USC, they've really worked on their Inferno. They weren't really good at Inferno either, but then over time, I think they've worked on it. But I think SJSU has a good advantage coming in just because on the third map, if SJSU lose, they're gonna pick Cash for sure, and that's gonna be a playground. That's gonna be rough for USC. So USC absolutely have to take this map.
Fast banana aggression, C-Dub trying to locate a kill, but CTs have already fallen back, so no one even committing to that car peek on the pistol round. Intelligent play out of USC, no unnecessary risks early in the game, and actually, for this kill on the Mish, he's so low here on the bench side of mid. He has to fall back and just hold this angle, hope he doesn't get instantly tapped, and, well, it looks like this B aggression's coming into play. All four just making their way onto the site. Armon looking for the pick, trying to find this guy from New Boxes. Maki lit so incredibly low. Can he find a kill before going down? Unable to, and that's the B site completely opened up for SJSU. Man on the flank, could make a big play. It's going to be Magnus, or Mish rather. Yeah, this is going to be huge. Jordan's going to get completely caught off guard, but he's actually making a lot of noise. I don't think Jordan's even heard him yet. He gets the flank. Armon single-handedly defending the site, gets the triple kill for the round. And yeah, this guy just is so good at entering. Talk about individual plays. Just no fear in his play. Just rushing down opponents, and when he knows he has an advantage, he takes it.
Again, that's just so typical of SJSU. On the pistol round, they literally bought 0 smokes. It was 5 armor Glocks, and you just don't see that very often, especially on your T side pistol. It's just they want to take aim duels. They're saying, screw it, roll 5 Glock armor and we'll just fight you.
Exactly, no fear mentality, and it's definitely kind of the double-edged sword of SJSU. They'll definitely take opportunities, even if it's not really the best play. If they think they have an opening, they'll take it, and sometimes they get punished for it. Sometimes they run right into a crossfire, and they're a little bit of over-aggressive play style gets shut down. And well, it works out for them. Well, when it works out for them, they're definitely a pretty successful team, especially on their T side. I'd say their T side could be very scary if they start to build up money, because that's when they just don't give a fuck. They just push anything. They'll just take app control, they'll just push B, and they don't even have crazy executes. They'll just smoke off CT, smoke spools, get a couple flashes in sight, and just bulldoze. And they don't really care about gathering information. They gather the information on the fly, but Maki boosted up, finds the first kill. It's going to be helped a little bit by Jordan, and Dice, he's going to jump spot from spool, so that's going to scare SJSU away. They realize they might be running into a stack, and CT's rotating back, but there's only one player in pit. Jordan, he's going to have to go huge. Did some damage early in the round. Going to bide his time, wait for this plant, but they're actually going to plant safe on site. So really intelligent from SJSU, not going to overcommit right now, and they're only now clearing the pit. Quite a bit of damage done onto Armon, actually, down to 2 HP, so he's going to fall back into apartments, and it's down to his players on site to do a lot of work right now. They're going to chase it down, nice nade by Magnus, and now there's 2 players on Arch side. They have to do work right now. Maki trying to wrap around, might fall right into the hands, but Mish actually going to get that pick. Maki down to a 1v3, he finds the first kill, he's looking for more, wrapping around, spraying through the box, can't do any damage, and he's about to get flanked by Armon with 2 HP, who nearly went down to the USP in pit, able to clench that round out, so well played by SJSU, all things considered. There's a little bit of that, dull end of that sword coming into play. They were a little over-aggressive and almost got punished for it.
but tons of damage coming in for USC. He killed, I think USC killed 3 guys from SJSU, and Armon was like 2 HP. I mean, that was pretty good damage coming in, especially considering that USC didn't force buy. You could see they just went up with pistols, and they're going with pistols again. Hex with $4,000. He's gonna have an op coming into the first gun round. And USC, they're a team that is known to not force buy. Whereas like SJSU will definitely force buy. So USC opting to save, and this should be another clean round.
Can you explain something to me? Just, I guess, a noob question, I'll admit it. How does Hex have 4K with 0 kills?
He must have honestly gone for like a full. I wasn't paying attention. He must have gone for a full save. Yeah, no, not a save on pistol. I think he just went for like a full save both rounds.
I think he only bought like a smoker kit. Because I do remember someone having like $400. So I think he might have just bought a kit. So that's going to give him that extra 400. And yeah, the fact that he's able to save alive and full save on the second round, that does make sense. Just curious to see that. But nice cleanup coming out of SJSU. Only losing 1 man in the process. Quite a bit of damage done, but it's Antoine on the lurk. Able to drop Hex, trying to rotate with his knife out. And well, it's all down to Maki sitting here. He might be able to get a free kill with the USP, but Armon, sick movement out of him. Just strafes right onto the ledge, hits his headshots, and not going to be fooled by that. So Armon, as aggressive as he is also aggressively thorough and won't let a corner go unchecked. So well played by him. I'm not sure if they had the information to know he's in construction, but regardless, well played. And now we're going to see the first buy coming out of USC. So far, 3 M4s. It looks like Hex, he does want to invest in that op, but a match pause gives him a little bit more time to think about this purchase. And based off his spawn, he might want to go for this B pick. I wonder if he'll mix up his positioning just to get that spawn advantage.
Yeah, Magnus with some technical issues. He's been losing free guns and rifles on both matches. Kind of sucks, but good start from SJSU nonetheless. Overpass. I guess Overpass is arguably one of the most CT-sided, and if not, then obviously the our other side of the argument is Inferno. Inferno, in my personal opinion, I think it's been a lot more T-sided, especially in like pro games and stuff. If you look at it, you see a lot of 8-7s. You see even 9-6 towards the T side, just because if you really figure out how to play your T side on Inferno, the rotations are a lot longer than Overpass. Overpass is a vertical map, so the rotations are super quick. But if you lose your 2 guys on B, and like the closest guy is Arch, he's gonna get smoked off. The rotations are super long, so it's actually it's a lot more T-sided than people come to expect. And SJSU with a nice start, but even if they get 8 rounds or so on their T side, I still think USC is capable of coming back.
Yeah, this is a map that USC is definitely favored on, just on paper. Like you were stating, SJSU kind of struggle on it. It's their go-to veto, at least against you guys. And I don't think, just based off of what I've seen of them, they don't seem too comfortable. Unless they get that early pick, then they just start to kind of plow through. So they are heavily pick reliant, and it involves individual players finding those openings for the team. And Hex with the op, finding that pick towards mid, he's going to fall back as well. So this is what you got to do on Inferno. This is what the top level teams do. As soon as they get that pick, no one peeks anymore on CT side because you don't need to. But at this point, you need to draw out the Ts, try and save your smokes and utilities, and play that site. Like, just play the crossfires. There's no reason not to, especially with a map as CT sided as Inferno. There's only 1 choke point at B. You just got a crossfire, and here comes a spray. Maki looking for 2. He got to through the smoke. Maki, are you kidding me right now? Gets the triple kill. That was a round in their hands regardless of that kill, but to flick through the smoke and find that, Maki just straight back shot. Gonna get himself 5 kills now. Talk about an MVP award. Definitely deserved that one.
Solid round coming in from Maki. He's the B-side anchor, and he obviously does his job very well. Solid round coming in from USC, but they have to survive yet another round coming in from SJSU. And yeah, Magnus, because he disconnected, he didn't get money for that round, so he's not going to have any AKs. Kind of unfortunate for him, but let's see how Hex plays this. He's aggressive in mid. He wants to peek this mid really bad, but he's not going to. He's going to just run around this boiler side, and I sense it. He wants to, but he doesn't. I think he's giving a lot of respect towards SJSU. Normally, he would definitely peek that.
Yeah, it's definitely a matter of when you start to play people that you know are going to punish your peaks, you question a lot more. You don't rely on your instincts and maybe bad habits that could be formed, and you got to rely a lot more on your team. That trade ability is so huge on this map. Especially when CTs are able to just anchor so well, and they're actually going to push through the smoke at Forge. Molotov going into pit. Jordan already on the truck side, so they have a nice little crossfire here. Hex holding the angle from Porch. He sees the nades. He knows he's about to get peeked right now. He might get double peeked. Finds the first pick. Looking for more. Re-peeking from the Sang angle. He is in trouble. He has to find another one. He peeks apps. He looks for the no-scope, but can't find it. Magnus punishes him with the P250, and that's all he could afford this round. He's doing work with it. Player still in pit. Jordan, he's just biding time, waiting for his teammates to rotate, and there's actually someone in library. Can he find that battle? Antoine getting wrecked by Dice, and now it's a 3v2 retake.
Completely doable, too, because both these players are on site. Nobody in pit, nobody to really hold crossfires with, and C-Dub tries to make a play, gets punished for it, and Magnus, he's all by himself, and he's going to get sprayed down.
Okay.
So nice, clean retake coming in.
That was an almost spray down on USC. 1 in 19 HP they lined up for him. So I was kind of questioning his falling into that corner and kind of forcing himself to take that battle, but he almost lined up, and actually a pretty close round. If he gets that double spray down, he could definitely transfer that to the third guy. So can't count SJSU out even when it comes down to those dire situations. So this game's gonna be a slobber knocker. I'm feeling it. I know it. It's not gonna be a one-sided affair. Slobber knocker. It's both teams are just gonna go back and forth. The commentators
like British term.
Yeah, I think it's the Canadian in me. We're kind of inspired by the Brits. Hex with a double kill, headshot, follow up. He's looking for more. Nice flick by Hex, single-handedly stopping this eco rush, and it'll be Jordan chiming in with the kill as well. Armon stuck at mid, worried about his flank as well. Little does he know all the CTs are here at site, trying to find that counter strafe, but Deeg, the RNGesus gods are not in his favor right now, and bomb's down as well. So all he's looking for is a little bit of an exit pick. Now he's being flanked, so yeah, playing in Mexico. Rocky pretty much surrounded him, and well, at the very least, SJSU should be able to get another round. Unfortunately, Magnus, he has disconnected yet again, so we'll have a quick pause. Hopefully he can sort out his technical difficulties, and 3-3 now. USC bringing it back 3 rounds in a row. I definitely won't be surprised to see SJSU, just take a fast round and try and catch off USC, because that's, I think, their best chance of taking Inferno, is just playing really aggro and relying on those trades.
Yeah, Hex is honestly such a solid opper on Inferno. Whenever we play against him on Inferno, this guy, he just doesn't miss it. Like he is so accurate with that op, and he loves playing on that A side. You see the angle that he's taking constantly over towards that porch, and he's just such a solid opper over on that A site. And Maki, he's a solid B anchor, and Dice obviously playing the rotator position. USC, I think their Inferno has definitely improved since they've considered it one of their worst maps. Now I think it's one of their go-tos, and let's see what USC can ramp up on their T side. Three wins in a row, looking good for them.
Hags playing this angle yet again. I love how patient he is. He just wraps around from port side, doesn't expose himself to mid, gets a little bit of that surprise factor, unable to hit that headshot onto the crouching player in the form of Mish, and well, he's actually gonna re-peek this now. It's actually Kang Derpy. He's gonna be smoking B off, getting a little communication that maybe there's some aggression. As Armon, unsurprisingly, leading the pack here. He loves to play aggressive on Banana and find those openings. And yeah, nice read from them, only using that one smoke so far from Kang Derpy, and only one smoke. Actually, no smokes on the B players, so this is huge. They're going to be able to stall completely, force SJSU to run through some smokes and Molotovs if they decide to execute. 45 seconds and still a smoke on Maki, so this is, yeah, this should be an easy B hold, considering they also have Molotovs to pop, to throw right in front of this next smoke from Maki, and they are completely set for this. Dice has another one, Maki as well, so They're completely ready for this push, and SJSU, they're gonna have to commit to this. Running through the smoke. This should be a slaughter. Maki actually bad timing with the nade. It's Mish that's gonna get the first kill. He looks for the spray down, only gets one. And it's down to Dice. Little does he know, Antoine is pushed all the way up towards Tree, and the lurk player, Mish, getting a double kill for the round, completely wrecking that A site. And Hex, last man alive. We've seen him with this out before, but all he can hope for is the save. So he'll be falling back.
USC, they're not feeling too good about that one. That was a lot of unfortunate things happening. Dice, he threw that molly, and he started gambling towards A because they didn't hear anything up on B. So Dice, he threw that molly, started rotating out, and then what did SJSU do? All they did was just smoke through that fire and then pushed Maki. And then Maki's molly went straight into that smoke too, so he wasn't able to buy any time whatsoever. Just kind of unfortunate,
series of unfortunate events.
Yeah, coming in from USC right there.
It definitely was. Yeah, it was kind of back to back to back. And that gamble coming out of Dice, definitely not worthwhile. It was Mish that actually drew him towards it as well. Lurking at the top bracket, able to catch a player off guard and arch, get himself into library, and able to net himself another kill from there. So really like ninja-like play out of Mish, playing that rotate position. Well, we'll see if Hex can get this pick. There he does.
Yeah, he loves picking that mid.
He does,
yeah,
and he's good at it.
He loves it.
And this is when USC are extremely dominant. Man up CT side Inferno. I can't see them throwing this away.
Yeah, but then you gotta also look at the big picture, see how many rounds SJSU can rack up. Again, it's just like there's this like common belief that Inferno is like super CT sided. I mean, it is CT sided, but it's not like ridiculously CT sided. But I guess people still kind of believe that. And again, in my personal opinion, I think it's very common to see T-sided Inferno halves come out, like 9-6 T-sides, 8-7 T-sides.
Yeah. I'd say it's a lot more CT-sided at a pro level at certain matchups even. Like, not even all pro level games are 10, 11 round CT-sided. Sometimes, like you stated, you might just get like 8 or 9 round CT-sided and still be able to win it. So
I mean, you even see T-sides on pro games.
Oh no, Dice missing that first spray. Now Maki's gonna get rushed down. Not a lot of ammo to work with, but Maki with the flame kill. Finds the double spray down. Maki just anchoring down the site. And we've seen him time and time again be able to do this so successfully. Anytime there's a B rush, it seems like he's getting a triple kill, aside from the previous round when they kind of played themselves a little bit. So Maki, MVP for sure of this B site. Talk about an anchor. And he doesn't even let them get onto the site. He just plays that first oranges position and is able to spray them as they push through the smoke. So this utility usage out of USC is pretty much perfect. And I love that they're like so communicative and able to help each other out. A players able to smoke B as well. So there's definitely a lot of coordination, and it's definitely refreshing to see. It's fun to see some organized Inferno play.
Yeah, SJSU are actually gonna force up behind this. Just because they don't want to get reset. Actually, they just got reset, so yeah, they spent all the money they have into buying whatever they can. They do have decent utilities, but USC, they have full utilities. SJSU haven't done a really good job of baiting out USC utilities, and I think that's one of the reasons why their CT side or their T sides are less successful than they can be. And Hex, again, playing his angle. Hex, he loves playing this angle, and he gets so many kills from it. He just gets a kill, falls back, gets a kill, falls back, gets one kill right there.
Mish in a great position. He's trying to jump out a balcony, find something. He's running around with the Tech 9, only 7 HP. I don't know if they're finally aware of his position in pit, but Jordan and Dice cleaning it up. And all Hex had to do was get that one kill that round, so he kind of jumped up on the box, went for, what Kenny S has famously used, and he'll end up getting that round. So USC, they're kind of a stronghold right now on either side, it seems. Obviously, just kind of a quasi-buyout SJSU. They only had 2 rifles, I think, and a bunch of Tech 9. So they actually got that whole top bracket control. They had the entire top mid to themselves, but it was the setup from USC that was able to counter that. Counter flashes, Molotovs, and just forcing the positions of SJSU and winning their engagements. Simple as that. So another just full eco now out of SJSU and just P250s across the board.
Looks like a waterfall, actually. Everyone, I think they've realized that USC they don't play for the bracket control. I'm sorry, the apartment control. So it looks like they are just gonna waterfall out. But Jordan, he is so aware. He knows what's going on. Hex helps him out, and that waterfall is completely broken.
Oh, Hex, unconventionally missing 2 shots there, but sneak around, no matter. Last player alive anyway. And 6-4, so USC recovering from that 4-3. SJSU no longer in that lead anymore, and at this point, SJSU just wants to get as many T rounds as possible. Obviously, 4 rounds could very well be enough, but I think we're gonna see SJSU get about 6 rounds. I'm just feeling it. They're gonna find some opening, and I don't think it's gonna be Hex. I think it's gonna be this B site.
Yeah. And again, SJSU, I think, again, they're realizing that...
Oh, Jordan with the mix-up, gets punished by Mish, and he tries to push App, so... USC, we're playing those passive angles to perfection, and now you give an opening to SJSU, this is when they just outright just bulldoze you. Don't give you time to rotate, don't give you time to waste utilities, they'll just push you while you have nades out. And they're really good with those aggressive timings on T side, so excited to see what they do from here. Mish, really up close Boiler. It looks like he does want to just pop out and see if he can find a kill on the porch. Obviously, they're set up 1 balcony. This is in the form of Hex. Hasn't played this position at all, and they're going to wrap around Arch. King Derpy. Nice cancel of the Arch push, and Armon, he's going to have to do a lot. Mish, yeah, TKing in the process. So a little bit of a misplay. I think Mish might have been I'm not sure what happened there. I thought he was playing Boiler, but he's all the way back at Banana. So, yeah, a little bit interesting. We'll have to watch the demo after, review that a little bit. Dice, he's just spamming through the smoke now. Armon, nice pick by him, and he's on the rotate. So this is going to completely catch the CTs off guard. They're going to rotate Dice. Sick movement to land that headshot, and it's actually Maki getting a Molotov kill. Antoine with 12 HP in kind of an undoable situation.
He just burns. That was pretty interesting coming in from SJSU and USC. It was a full on stack.
What just happened?
He burned. I wasn't even looking, so I guess
he walked into it.
Have to, yeah.
He walked into He was trying to recover the bomb. There was 10 seconds left. I know he was trying to get it as the Molotov was dissipating, but I'm at a loss for words. Anyway, I'm going to move past that. It was really hard for me to get over it. But yeah, look at the money, dude. USC are just rolling right now. And, yeah, poor Magnus. But yeah, sorry, finish your thought. That was just it's so odd to see.
Yeah, Armon was in a position to cash off rotators, and after he killed that rotator, obviously we as spectators know that A site was completely open, and the Trojans had 3 players on B site. But there was no time at that point for SJSU to rotate off, and they just had to commit into a 3-man B stack coming in from USC, which is unfortunate. But you could see why USC picked this map. They are strong on this map. I am fairly certain that Inferno is SJSU's worst map, and USC picked the right. Even if this map isn't USC's best map, they know that it is SJSU's worst map, and they're decent on it. And that's kind of like a pick and ban strategy that you go with. You know, you don't just pick your best map. Kind of like what OSU did. I guess OSU, when I talked to them after that game was over on Mirage, I talked to them. I was like, hey, why'd you guys pick Mirage? You know that this is Pauly's map. And they said, well, we practice Mirage a lot, so we felt like this was like our best map coming in. But in hindsight, yeah, we definitely should have picked something like Inferno, where we just get them off their best map. But hindsight's always 20/20, and stuff like that happens. So USC, I think they definitely made the right choice picking this map, and you could see why.
Yeah, I want to point out Dice, really, really sick shot that round. Landing that strafe right onto the edge of the banister on the speedway. He just hit the perfect movement into an insta-dink on Armon. And Armon had to have been a little bit salty about that shot because it's kind of a 1 out of 100 that you get insta-dinked after a strafe like that. So really sick play actually by Dice that round. And looks like we're still trying to sort out the issues. But I don't know. I did say I thought San Jose State would get 6 rounds, and I should stick to my guns, but I think they're kind of they're kind of confused, not altogether. Like you said, like they had the A site and they had already bought, or the time had already been detracted so low that they couldn't work with anything. They just had to force themselves into the B, and even just the TK coming out of Mish. I don't know. I think these small details within the team might be causing a little bit of miscommunication, and maybe they're not talking as much as they should be. So I guess we'll have to see, but I'm definitely going to call that this is going to be a USC map, and we're going to be going to map 3.
Yeah, and obviously USC needs to win this map to stay alive. The third map is going to be, if it goes to a third map, it's going to be very, very difficult for USC because SJSU is going to pick Cash, which is their best map, and USC's worst map, and SJSU on Cash, they are ridiculous. They are monsters on that map. I actually think they're undefeated on it. I don't think I've ever seen them lose on that map. So, but anyways, back to Inferno. Again, sorry, we have what is that, Magnus? He's been constantly disconnecting throughout this whole game.
Yeah, they said in chat it was like PC internet issues, which are two different things. What's a PC internet? I don't know. I was a little bit confused by the phrasing. I'm guessing they're just having some internet/connectivity issues, maybe with the PC. But pedantics aside, it is it's kind of a problem for SJSU, and not like they had momentum really to kill. At this point, they're just trying to kill the momentum of USC, if anything. But obviously, it isn't that. It is a technical issue, and yeah. So what were you predicting? You're saying it's probably going to be Cash if we go to a third map. That's SJSU's
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Are you willing to bet your knife on it?
Yes, I'm willing to bet my mother's life on it. Yeah.
Oh damn!
I mean, SJSU.
Mama, what's wrong? Or if you're watching, press 1 if you feel bad for Mama. What's wrong?
I mean, SJSU, like literally everyone knows from the West Coast. Everyone knows that they're gonna pick Cash, and it's. I mean, maybe it's not as common. So if these two teams, we know Poly's already going, they're comfortable on Mirage. SJSU is like willing to play Mirage, and they're not. I don't know if they're really good on it, but if Poly's watching, I think they gotta be prepared to play Cash because it's gonna happen. SJSU are really that strong on it. Like when they played us at LAN, I think our 3 maps were Mirage, Cash, and then randomed into Cobble. Mirage we won pretty comfortably, but then Cash, they wrecked us. I mean, some of the rounds were really close. Like it came down to like 1v1s like 4 or 5 times, but the in score came something like 16-3. I mean, they just smashed us. And
what
USC,
is it about them? Are they just so good at their executes? Like they'll just
they don't even
push a site.
That's the thing. They don't even execute. They just run around and they rip heads. Like it's just like what? It's just like. I mean, they do simple pot flashes for each other. Like they'll do like 1 flash mid, just run out mid and just like destroy everyone. It's just like or like same thing on A site, B site. It doesn't matter. It's very, it's their quote unquote playground. Obviously, maybe USC can upset. If they go to a third map, they could maybe upset. But USC are not strong on their Cash. I've talked to Dice. Dice told me that Cash is their worst map, and even on like ABGL, which is another league that they play in, I believe they ban out Cash. They just straight up say no, we're not gonna play. They ban that out, and they play something else.
Okay.
So.
Interesting. And there's no bans in CSL, so that's not really an issue for SJSU. They can just counterpick exactly what they want, and we are going live, guys. We are back. If you're just joining us, this is map 2 of the best of 3. SJSU winning a convincing map on Overpass, 16-5. And now USC up on the CT side Inferno, so 7-4 lead for them. And it will be just a armor pistol buy, aside from Magnus with just the naked P250. So they will be looking to just probably get some early aggression, try and find some early picks, and they're never being contested at car here. It's a very interesting approach from USC. They realize that it's too much of a risk to go for those engagements early around. And they're playing to their own team's skill and to their own advantage. So I really like that. And they're actually double peeking this. What a risky angle by Maki. This is like, this is just an information peek. Molotov coming out too late. He's trying to fall back to first oranges. He actually falls back to second. He's able to find the first spray, looking for more. It's Dice, though, that actually chimes in, and he's still holding the angle. 2 players have already crossed to construction, and they do have bomb control, but Dice, he's going to peek, get that kill, traded out by Mish. And 2v3 doing quite a bit of damage. They are going to get this bomb plant as well. So as far as SJSU is concerned, this is definitely a victory for them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh! And actually, Armon getting that kill right there. So 3 guns down. Armon, he's in a clutch situation. He needs to get a quad to secure this round.
Oh!
He gets another one. This guy's insane, man. This is completely doable. Can he clutch this? Oh, Hex with the Hex. He clutches it for USC, but Armon making sure that SJSU is in the game, gets 4 kills, takes down 4 members. I'm sorry, takes down 3 members, but still taking off 4 guns and getting the bomb plant. Definitely a win for SJSU.
Where were you when Armon? Where were you? I need an adult. Someone hug me. Him with that Tech 9, man. It's pretty scary. He's got a very keen game sense. Like he definitely sets himself up for these plays. Like you can just see it. He's already imagining where these CTs are, and he definitely got that premeditation. And Mish destroying Hex, just ripping off his head and rolling it down mid. So Hex for the first time losing that battle, and nice read as well. Mish definitely read Hex like a book there. He's been doing that for probably 8 rounds in a row at this point, playing that port side, occasionally going for that peak, and it'll be Mish winning it. So man advantage for SJSU, and we've seen what they do with these man advantages. That was the last round they won, I believe, was a 5-on-4. So definitely should expect this round again. They do love playing off of these the 1-ups.
Yeah, but 5v4, SJSU has the advantage, and this is when it can be so strong for SJSU. But C-Dub, he's gonna get caught trying to rotate or catch the rotator, King Derpy, and look at USC. They are prepared to rotate onto this B site really fast. Actually, Dice cheating a little bit over towards the A site. He doesn't feel like it's gonna be B, so he's gonna be on a quick rotate towards B though. Last smoke just used, so SJSU really running down the clock. This is Navi-esque.
Double Molotov, 20 seconds. This is going to do so much damage. Maki, he's always slightly late with these Molotovs. He's actually going to get mollied out himself. He has to go for this engagement. He's flashed. Everyone is flashed on the T side. Armon, he's going to find the entry onto Maki, and it's down to Dice. He has to trade this out. He's looking for the rotate kill. He's actually in construction, and King Derpy actually finding a kill as well. Dice with the double from Garden. He's looking for more. Can't find the 3rd spray down. It's Magnus last alive, but no matter. King Derpy here to clutch it out, and 3 kills for Kang, 2 for Dice. So Maki, known for anchoring that B site, not really doing much besides buying time, and there wasn't really a lot he could do. He got red that round. Because he's been playing first oranges so consistently, they just mollied him out, flashes over the smoke, and I don't think the double Molotov came in time for Dice and Maki. Dice holding on to it in the end. And yeah, so the Molotov setup, even though they bought so much time, brought the timer down to 20 seconds. Didn't really do much that situation, but it was kind of no matter for that rotate. Kang doing so much work that round.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you execute super late. So if you do that Navi-esque style, you gotta get the kills and you gotta get the plant almost immediately. I know we sometimes like to do that too, where on Inferno we will run down that clock until like 20 seconds, and sometimes I will literally have the bomb out. So like I'll literally throw flashes, smokes over it, I'll trust my entries, I'll have the bomb out and literally just plant, and it's like 5 seconds left. And that's what SJSU did. It's very risky. Oftentimes it doesn't work, and clearly in that case it didn't work for them. 9-4 USC.
Fire right now. He's holding this angle, and it's Antoine that's actually just completely predicting him right now. So I think Magnus, he wants to set up a flash or something. It actually looks like it's going to be Mish. They're both just staring down Porch. Realizes that Arch has been completely given to them, and they're still a bit on edge about it, making sure they're not going to get caught off guard, but whenever they, if they can drop Hex, actually, I think that would be a huge opening for them, stopping that AWP player. And they're actually going to double smoke Porch. Is there a slight gap for the CTs to work with? Not quite. Hex going for the boost box again. And Kang Derpy with the wide peek. Nice crouch to evade that. And Armon looking for the refrag on the lurk roll. And he's actually opened up B to himself. So if the bomb rotates back right now, they'd be able to have a B. But they're actually going to fall right into the site. C-Dub getting a double kill on Jordan and Hex, completely opening it up for SJSU, and bomb going down with 7 seconds to spare. So it's all on the man Dice. Definitely,
look at the HP.
Yeah, definitely a clutch player. Oh yeah, this is a doable round for sure. It's gonna be Armon that's gonna have to play this lurk role really well.
Ooh, Dice spotted him, and Dice has no idea how low these players are. And I think that's an issue for him. But if he knew, he'd definitely have gone for it a little bit earlier. Everyone on 1 HP. and he's not going to be able to get anyone. Nice crossfire setup coming in from SJSU. They are going to secure that 5th round that they needed in last round coming in. Again, USC, they've had gun rounds pretty much throughout the entire half, and I think that's what happens. I mean, you can see the power of building economy. You have full gun round. Every single round was a gun round for USC, obviously besides the pistols. But again, you can see that power of economy, whereas SJSU, they were constantly on pistols. I mean, half the rounds they were on pistols. So SJSU, though, again, getting that 5th round and then playing their defaults again.
Yeah, it's USC that seemed to be a little bit more coordinated on this. Even when things are looking kind of dire for them, it's still them getting so many rounds in a row, and SJSU on their last round, trying to make this a 6-9 half. Coming off a little bit of a momentum on the last one, but it was more or less just individual play by C-Dub. He got the pit and the graveyard player, and that was single-handedly opening up that A round. So, again, it really is just individual players opening up sites, and we'll have to see if they can repeat a little bit of that success. Playing with Fire and Mish, Shadow is spotted, Hex is ready. Just holding this angle. He should get the opening on Mish, especially considering Mish has to clear about 8 different angles. A 60 HP grenade, that is probably the most it can do aside from the HE glitch. And all these nades coming out, Hex easily going to win that battle. Nice flick from him. And this is literally the Hex angle. Looking for more, can't find that flick. Pillar saving a little bit of the T's live, and SJSU in the smoke, trying to find something. C-Dub, he's going to drop down. Actually able to get the pit player. Hex getting completely, or Jordan rather, getting completely off guard, caught off guard, and Antoine actually able to find that kill. So between Antoine and C-Dub, they might be looking for that full house. And well, C-Dub full HP, Antoine playing the library, but his gun's being spotted. So yeah, he's gonna think he just got backed right there. Maki looking for the 1v1 now, but C-Dub full HP. He's not gonna thoroughly check this corner, and SJSU getting 6 rounds on the T side of Inferno, which is a huge success considering they were starting to face a little bit of that momentum train. And I accidentally called it in the end. SJSU getting 6 rounds T side, so definitely doable for them. This game's not out for either of these teams.
Yeah, that's probably about the average half that you expect from Inferno. 6-9. That's pretty. I mean, that's pretty standard. Again, this pistol round is going to decide a lot, but then also Inferno is a map where on the CT side your pistols are just so strong. So you even if you win the pistol round, you have to really focus on the anti-eco as well. But let's see what USC Trojans have in store. They're not pulling SJSU. They don't have 5 armors, and they're ready for like an execute with their smokes and flashes. And it looks like USC, they are gonna try to waterfall. It looks like.
Yeah, they're definitely going for a little bit of a Hail Mary play. And this definitely can be successful with C-Dub in a great position, looking for the 1-tap, and little does he know he's about to get rushed down. Maki definitely trying to bait C-Dub to committing to this aim battle right now, but smoke's coming out. They're going to have to rush through this. Waterfall coming out. He turns around, finds the pit player, looking for more, but it's Jordan trading with the Glock, and now the rotate's coming in just a little bit too late. Antoine, you have to stay alive from here, or it's over. And Kang Derpy with the flank. Not much he could have done. Armand and Magnus looking to retake this 2-on-4. No kit at the moment, so lots of armor to penetrate right now with this USP. This is one of the most impossible retakes right now.
Yeah, unless they find instant headshots here, this is going to be very difficult to do. There is no kit either. Very typical of SJSU. Do not buy those utilities. And Magnus, he's going to get blinded out. He's not hitting shots. He's going to get charged down, but he's not going to die either. How is he alive? Oh my god. It looks like this retake is actually...
Are you... Oh my god, that's so much damage. Yeah, but like...
Wow.
That was USC kind of misplaying there. Just whiffing so many shots. Like, Magnus did way more damage than he should have been able to. So...
I'm going to quote Dice here, and I quote him, "I'm bad, guys." So, obviously, Dice not hitting the shots that he's used to hitting, because obviously he's one of their star players. Maybe criticizing himself there. I think he knows. And you can see that force spike coming in from SJSU. Again, stark contrast from USC and SJSU. SJSU, they're going to force up. They're going to look to really fight you guys. USC being more conservative on their CT side, not choosing to force up. And you can see they didn't even buy A keys here. You know, instead of opting with the utilities, and they're just planning to run around corners. This is very dangerous for USC because SJSU fully forced up.
Yeah, and as dangerous as it is, having these SMGs, they're about as mobile as the pistol players. So they can just jump around corners and spam and have that insane accuracy while jumping and running. So on the same token, it isn't bad, especially when you're playing T-side and you have to take a site, you need to aggress. It's all about clearing out angles, and if you can spam those with these SMGs, like you're in a good position. But like you said, a little questionable they didn't opt for at least one AK. And at least could have had one guy kind of anchoring maybe that third player in to assure the trades if things go wrong, especially against CZs and 5.7s. Maki putting a lot of pressure towards A. This is going to keep 4 players now, and they're eating it up. SJSU taking the bait, and it's all Armon. He's going to have to anchor here from from New Box, and he's going for the first spray with the CZ. He's going to have to fall back. It's actually the 5.7, and he gets the first one, so... at least it's something for him. But look at this fast rotate. Antoine pushes through the smoke, looking for more. He finds the second shot. Antoine, are they going to win this with pistols? Magnus trying to pre-fire here at first oranges, but he can't find anything, and it's Dice finishing him off with the Glock.
Oh, with the clutch!
Are you serious? San Jose State winning that round with the pistols, and you called it. They should be afraid, and those SMGs are obviously not powerful enough to win that round.
They had no idea where Cedar was, and it was complete chaos. You had Antoine pushing through the smoke. He was in pit, getting a couple kills, and you had other people getting a couple kills, and they had no idea where Cedar was, and he just lines them up with that CZ and clutches it out for SJSU. Now USC, they might even go onto a double save here. This is not looking good at all for USC. It looks like they're only gonna just save this round, just buying those deagles and pistols. But USC, at least they'll be able to buy next round.
Sick. Antoine and C-Dub. Those CZ players, man. I think between them they got 4K with CZ. So that was definitely some clutch play and sick reactions out of Antoine. He had almost 3 players lined up as well. 4 bullets left in the CZ. Manages to find that flick, so kind of handed on a platter to him. Jordan actually, with the first entry with the P250, punishing Mish. Who's been loving to get aggressive early in the round, so finally he'll go down, but Jordan and Maki both low HP, so this is still a favorable round for SJSU, but getting some damage in this round is pretty much what they can ask for. If they get a bomb plant, that's definitely more than they deserve to get.
Yeah, and we've seen Mish on the other map on Inferno, whoever they were playing against. You saw him get super aggressive in mid and get punished constantly, and he gets punished yet again. Not really changing his ways, and King Derpy, he's looking for some 1-digs here in pit, but Cedar playing this very well, and he and Armon are just gonna clean this up.
Yeah, sick spray control, and even though he's going against a eco round, he's still just landing tons of headshots, so definitely stopping that before it could have got out of control. If the bomb had made it on site, they easily could have planted safe, so denying that bomb plant is actually a pretty huge victory for SJSU.
Yeah. And look at USC. They actually didn't buy up. They did another semi-buy. That's very interesting. You could see USC really preferring to get a full buy going before actually hitting anything. And this is a very stark contrast because I know SJSU doesn't like to do that. We don't like to do that at UCLA. We will force up as much as SJSU, but USC really preferring to get nice economy going before fully purchasing. Very interesting.
Yeah, I think they want to just opt for some big buys. I wouldn't be surprised to just see an op come out and try and win those engagements. Considering how aggressive SJSU likes to get early rounds, that is a great opener for an op player T-side Inferno. So I think that's what they want to look for. Get some Molotovs and just and work for that long con. Get those executes coming in. But most importantly, I think they're going to want to work some picks with that op. Dice with the scout. King Derpy runs right through the smoke. Finally, he'll get punished for that. And Jordan actually made it into Boiler. Armon struggling to find a kill right now and completely whipping his sprays. So C-Dub cleaning up for him. And it's a relatively clean round. Dice, very little HP, actually tags up C-Dub in the process. And it was Mish, rather. But nonetheless, round will go to SJSU as expected, and I think we're gonna see an op come out of USC. They have to. They had to have been saving for a good reason. Or yeah. Hex is buying an op 100%. 100%.
Well, we'll see. We'll see because Inferno's
oh God! I shouldn't have. I didn't shake.
Give me your knife.
I didn't shake.
Give me your knife, kid.
I didn't digitally shake you.
I mean, on T side, it's very. I mean, you don't really buy an off the bat on T side.
Hex baited me. Okay, know what? He thought about it. He wanted the op, but his senses told him he's gonna get a 2K with the AK this round, and just kidding. Antoine just completely wrecks him with the MP9. And
okay, you definitely owe me your knife. Okay, you just back-to-back wrong for this. But anyways, back to my point. I mean, on T side Inferno, you don't really like go with the op straight up unless like you're literally Kenny S. I mean, just very often you'll just run with the AK because if you buy the op and lose the op, you literally donate a free op towards the CTs, and it's these angles that the CTs hold. It's very hard to break, especially with an op. So you only whip out the op if you lose like 5 rounds in a row, 6 rounds in a row, and you don't have an answer.
Fair enough. Hex, I'm telling you, he baited me that round. he was green sniping.
How does it feel?
You guys are working together, okay? Yeah,
Mish playing so aggressive. I mean, they're up 5v4. All he has to do is fall back to Moto side, but again, he's gonna play by that smoke. And trade's coming in. The A site is gonna be the site that USC wants to hit, but there's 20 seconds left, and really not much coordination going on. Armon with a nice boost, and all up to King Derpy now. He's gonna try to plant. There's only 9 seconds left. He's gonna plant in the smoke, or he's planting in the get right position. He spotted Antoine.
Ooh, that was his chance. Now he's done. Antoine, he's going to be able to spray while running, and that's a pretty easy cleanup for SJSU. So, San Jose State, 4 rounds in a row now, CT side. After losing the pistol, they completely wrecked him on their force buy. Magnus showing off his DPI switch, and I wonder if he actually plays that high sense. I'm guessing not. I think he's just having fun.
Okay, another fun fact. You see that picture from Magnus? You see that avatar picture? That's actually him in real life.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty certain. I met Magnus at LAN, and he had a nice fade. It was a really great haircut. He's taking notes from Nico, right?
Yeah, he looks great. He looks great, man.
Really, I think it's a good look for him, honestly. It's really modern, and it just shows his... Anyway, execute fast coming out of USC. They're just going to push right through the smoke and into 2 Molotovs. Luckily, a smoke will save them and trade from Hex. That will actually open up the site. It's down to Antoine, and they're going to individually peek this man, aren't they? Giving him 2 kills, just spoon-feeding. And just when they had the site open, they were on a 4-4. Antoine evens it out, gives him a man advantage. Spray's coming through the smoke, and Dice gets punished for it. Lands some damage on Armon, but gets completely red. Tracers, and this Molotov. Oh my god, King Derpy. They might think they've cleared this. Armon, though, he's very thorough. He's going to check this, and that's going to be the round for SJSU. Not losing a round now, 5 in a row, and making this CT side look very strong, and making kind of 6 rounds for them. T side look like more than enough.
Yeah, that's very interesting. But USC, after losing 5 rounds in a row, finally we might see an op, maybe drop from King Derpy, but we'll see. Yeah, there you go. See? Exactly how I said it would turn out. How does it feel, Joey?
You're a legend.
There goes Hex with the off. Now he's going to try to go for this pick, realizing that the 5 AKs, not strong enough. So Hex is going to look for this opening pick before executing onto his site. And SJSU giving a lot of respect this round. Not playing too aggressively, just smoking out mid early and giving up banana control very fast too.
Armon, he really wants to peek this. He's just biding his time, waiting for that smoke to fade. And this is a nice little crossfire, but Mish getting a little overzealous there, trying to re-smoke, and he's going to get punished for it. Can't even land that kill on King Derpy. A little bit of whiff spray from him, so Armon, he's going to have to play a pretty big role here. Still kind of sticking to his guns, but he does want to back it up a little bit. Doesn't want to get rushed down at Arch, and this is going to be between the 2 men on the A site, Armon and C-Dub. We've seen C-Dub play Pit just beautifully. Even on the anti-ecos, he's just mowing them down. But this time they're coming from apartments, so he's going to get a little bit of an off angle. Catches Jordan, who is trying to read him, and now he has the pit in his hands. But it's actually a man advantage. Dice on the other side of the map, able to catch the lurker, and
what
oh
a
my
shot!
God, Hex!
Did you see that?
Jesus!
Oh my God! What a shot from Hex!
Oh my God, Antoine looking for this recovery. He actually finds 2 kills, and Dice is down to 11 HP. This is completely winnable for SJSU. Dice, he's out in the middle of nowhere trying to dodge and dive around this pillar, but it's going to force Antoine's hand. He's going to fall back, force the plant out of Dice. He's going to have to plant safe, and with half a second left, he will get it. But it's Antoine with the read. He can just hold this angle, wait for Dice to peek. Dice looking for that headshot angle. If he commits to the other side, he's dead. And this is the only angle he can find this kill from, and he can't get it. In the end, Antoine getting him somewhere in the shoulder, winning that round for SJSU. And 1v3, man. It's Antoine clutching it, and that's got to be kind of that nail in the coffin if you're USC.
Yeah, and SJSU maybe showing a little bit of their Inferno prowess as well. As I stated before, for SJSU, this isn't... I mean, they're not necessarily bad on Inferno. I mean, obviously they're decent at it. It's just the map that they really prefer not to play. It's just, I guess, in their map pool, it's their quote-unquote, like, worst map. But obviously their worst map, you can see how strong it is, you know. Getting 6 rounds on the CT side of Mish, he's going to play aggressive. Out of mid, gets that pick, and he's still playing very aggressively.
C-Dub trying to get the punishes across his traps, and that's going to be a player making it to Boiler. We've seen Maki. He's very good at working this lurk roll. Doesn't matter the map, and specifically Boiler, he's really good with his timing. So if he can maybe catch off Mish for being a little bit over-aggressive, it could be huge for them, but it's Antoine punishing the players here at Banana. It's Dice that's going to go down, and 2-man advantage for SJSU. This is looking extremely strong for them, and I don't know, Mish might not even have to chime in with this op quite yet.
Yeah, 3v5 already, and USC, they seem to not have an answer for this defense at all. And SJSU, 3 players playing way back on site. This is going to be a difficult crossfire to break, and yeah, they are not going to break it, period. King Derpy all by himself with the bomb. And I think they heard him. Yeah, okay, so Magnus must have heard him right there. He's going to call it. But he doesn't need any help. He is the great one. He is the leader. 1 kill for each member of SJSU, a team ace going on, and USC. I think, honestly, they should call a timeout right here. You know, just reset. They have no answer for this SJSU defense.
Yeah, in the meantime, fun fact about C-Dub, that's actually him and his avatar. Self-portrait. And it's pretty neat. SJSU is really just stuck to their guns, you know, wearing their heart on their sleeve. But yeah, we're seeing desperation by Kang Derpy with the one Diego, trying to find some magic. And actually, look how aggressive Mish is getting. He does this all the time. This time towards Banana, just wide peeking car.
How many times is he gonna get punished for playing too aggressively? It seems like every time is the answer.
So funny to me. Like, don't you think their team would just be like, dude, no. I'm going for this pick car. No.
Honestly, I think he's like the JW of the team, as in like he's like, you have guys like Armon, Antoine, C-Dubs. They're like your consistent rock, right? I mean, they're like your Crims, they're like your Olaf Knights. They're gonna be very consistent. So you just have Mish do these crazy wild things, and sometimes it works. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it'll kind of backfire. But I mean, Mish, he is known to be very very aggressive, very cocky. You know, he kind of feels like he's better than everyone else. So he's gonna take these aim duels. He's just gonna play very aggressive, give no respect. Yeah, and when it works, it's awesome. But he also Dice on the flank. Didn't even realize he pushed all the way through Arch, but it's Armon getting the better of Hex in that situation. 3v3, they should have the site, but it's actually Magnus going huge, grabbing a double kill, and they didn't clear this corner enough, so it's up to Dice to recover this. He's looking for the 4K, but he has to fall back to Nubox to recover this bomb, and they're both at CT ready for this. He's trying to take the engagement. He can plant safely behind the fountain, but it's still a 2v1, and C-Dub, it looks like he's going for the long con, going to wrap around construction. Armon should actually be peeking from CT, but they're going to actually try and double peek here from construction. This could be catastrophic for SJSU, but he can't find the spray. Dice goes down, and another recovered round. Even though Mish goes down early, they have their Crims and Olaf to have his back, and they can still win the round anyway. So
SJSU getting just another clean CT side run. And how many is that in a row? Math?
8?
7?
Yeah, 8. I'm very surprised that USC actually doesn't have an answer. I guess this is what I mean. I'm sure they practice for this match, but like this is what I mean by like pug teams, like quote unquote pug. It doesn't mean like again, it does that. I don't mean that in like a derogatory term. It's just it's less based on execute and more based on picks and more based on aim. And these are teams that are honestly a little bit more based on aim than rather than like hard executes. And SJSU, they're winning all the aim battles. We haven't seen like a hard execute yet on either A or B. It's just been like one smoke, you know, a flash, maybe a molly, but it hasn't been like a hard set execute.
So, what was your bet that you bet your mom on?
that was if SJSU loses this, they would pick cash. But
right,
at this
that's
point, yeah,
that might not happen. Yeah. Well, I was about to make a crazy bet for USC, but I don't even think they're betting on themselves right now. The lack of confidence, and now the respect out of SJSU, they're just playing super passive. Realize they have such an upper hand. Why don't they force USC to create these engagements?
Look at this walk contact though.
Yeah, this is actually could be really nice. Magnus unable to find anything, but it's Mish. He's gonna find that first entry. Dice.
Oh, the bird, the barbecue! Oh my god, again?
Double molly. GG.
Deja vu all over again. Oh my god, Dice is just tilted. Didn't even have his gun out. I think he was fully tilted at that point. Another roast barbecue coming in. I guess Nathan, the purple pansy, he's just gonna be inviting everyone towards that SJSU barbecue. No one had the smoke out for that. I mean, man, SJSU. 9 rounds in a row now. Complete wipeout of USC.
Yeah, I gotta feel defeated too, especially when this is your counter pick and you were looking so clean, like at the start. Could have definitely ended this 11-4. Unfortunately, only able to get the 9 rounds, but looking at their T side, it wouldn't have mattered too much. They're still facing match point, only able to get that pistol round, and from then on out, San Jose has completely obliterated them. From that force buy, it all starts with a CZ. How could it end up like this? It was only a CZ. It was only a CZ.
Yeah, it all happened with that force buy, right? Again, so devastating on Inferno, on both T and CT side, but especially CT side, because all you have to do is hold angles and play crossfires. But anyways, Trojans getting that early pick onto Mish yet again. Surprise, no surprise. He doesn't care because obviously his team has his back, despite getting opening pick literally like 3 different rounds. It's just, I mean, SJSU, they are cleaning up.
I feel like Mish is that cop from Dexter, just like, surprise, mother trucker! Like, he just goes for these crazy plays, and sometimes it works, and sometimes you're like, classic Mish. And, well, Tech-9 spray coming out of USC. Can they actually find this round? No, Antoine, he's going to cancel that. And they actually triple peek him, only allowing him to get 1 more in the meantime. So double kill for Antoine, and this actually could be a round for them. 2 AK saved. They do not need to take these engagements, but this Molotov actually just a little too far. They double molly new box, and Dice, it's finally going to creep up on him. What sick movement by him.
Yeah,
sick movement. To make it out alive. And yeah, it doesn't even get punished by any of these CTs. They're just going to push in Dice. He's going to go down immediately thanks to that Molotov, but it's down to Jordan and Hex, and they win it. USC with a little bit of life left in them, and when their back's against the wall, they start to make really aggressive kind of YOLO plays, and perhaps that's what they've needed this whole game. So maybe this will reignite a little bit of their T side. It's still quite the stretch, especially considering how SJSU have been playing, but if Mish just keeps being a little bit overzealous throughout these early rounds on the CT side, they could definitely find these openings.
Yeah, kind of interesting how USC, they've done walk contact on B for the past 2 rounds, just because if you're SJSU, you're holding like a smoke, so you have one guy making contact, the other guy just holding a smoke, but then they haven't had that other guy making contact. Antoine with the first kill.
What an angle. What an angle. Jesus.
Antoine gets another kill. 28 kills on this man. Oh, that was a one-way, so that's a very popular one-way. Another walk contact coming in from Dice. How many walk contacts are we going to see?
Oh, Dice with the first spray. That's a huge opening for them, and there's only one player on the rotate, Mish. JW the team, but it's not paying off. Drop down to 8 HP. Only barely igniting the HP. Just barely lighting dice, and well, this is a doable retake, but on the same token, all the CTs more or less coming from the same angle. They don't need to worry about Banana at all. They can just focus on this choke point. Jordan with the nice spray, Maki to continue that off, and it's all down to Mish with 8 HP. There's no way the legend himself can make this happen, and as much as we all want to see it, he's gonna have to save, and he can't even do that. So another round win for USC, and I think these walk contact plays are like pretty sexy right now. Like Dice is getting so many of these entries and opening up the site.
I mean, that's purely based on intuition and game sense. It has like very little to do with aim, because you're gambling that they have their smoke out there. They're assuming that the CTs will assume that the terrorists will throw flashes and smokes and nades before you actually hit the site. So wall contact can be very devastating. You know, we've done it. We've had it done against us. I mean, it's when it's done right, you just get completely caught off guard. You're just like completely out of position as a CT, because you don't expect them to literally just run out with nothing, you know, with no flashes or anything. And it's been working for USC.
Are you scared, Will? I see 2 CZs on SJSU side. We should just call them CZ State University at this point, because they've been winning a bunch of very important rounds throughout this RO series. It's Antoine and C-Dub that are specifically extremely good.
Yeah, again, nice. Hex with the wall contact again. Just like straight up, literally wall contacting this whole game. I guess this whole second half. Again, Hex, he's just going to go all the way up. He has a lot of information. But he also, at the same time, doesn't have a lot of information. Here come the smokes, here come the mollies, and Hex, he should be able to find the players that are roasting.
Yeah, he's looking for the first spray, trying to transfer it. He's not going to expect a second player here at Second Oranges, but he's actually going to make it through the smoke, and Maki and Dice there to clean up the site. So very clean round, all things considered. The smokes actually, I think, helped the T's a lot more. Just allowed them to get some more aggressive angles, and instead of just falling into the funnel, they didn't just get completely bulldozed by those pistols that round. So Maki finding another kill as well, and it's all on Antoine, just looking for an exit. This is starting to get close now for SJSU. They understand they're going to have 2 more buy rounds, but the last one might be weak if they do force an op or something this round. So he's just trying to find a rifle if he can. At the very least, save this armor and give his team 2 full buys. So they should be decent, even if they lose this round. But that last buy round could be a little questionable. Maybe a lack of kits and Molotovs. But we'll have to see. We'll see how many kills they get this round, and if USC can bring this into an overtime, 13-15.
USC channeling their inner USC for the 1 round at a time. Come back, and SJSU, look at that. They call for a pause. I'm very certain that this is actually a tactical pause. They're just... I mean, this is way too close for them. It might be another disconnect coming in from Magnus. I am not sure, but I mean, I'm pretty certain that this is a tactical pause. You know, they want to talk over why are we losing B. You know, we've lost B. You know, last 4 or 5 rounds. 2 of them we were managed to retake, but 3 times we weren't. So what's going on at B? Let's try to fix this. And you know, they're just gonna try to take that timeout and move into the next round with it, because this is the last full buy that SJSU will have. The next round, they're not going to have a full gun round. They're going to have just their CZs and pistols. So after this timeout, let's see what SJSU has in the bag. All
right. What do you think USC are going to do? Do you think they're just going to try that walk contact or try and do some sort of fake this round?
I think actually USC might play fast, and I think they might fake towards B and then hit A. Just because the timeout came out. If the timeout didn't come out, they might have just wall contacted again. But I think here they are going to opt to hit towards the A site. Oh, actually, fast 3-man push coming in from SJSU. Very aggressive. They trade kills, molly for molly, burning each other alive.
Fire! Fire on the mountain! Setting fire to the rain. Well, Inferno couldn't be a more fitting map. Have a double molly off the bat, and well, Hex, he's playing close to the smoke, and if any of these CTs decide to peek, he's gonna be set up. But they're just gonna play passive. Realize they're in a decent situation, getting all this banana control early. They haven't opted for this all game, like you said. Very surprising to see the 3-man push banana, and they get scared a little bit. They're gonna fall back, but look at this, no utilities. SJSU, they burned everything. This was their bread and butter to stalling sites. They only have 3 flashes remaining, and that's not enough to counter a walk contact play if that's what they opt for. Molotov going to clear out sandbags. Flashes coming through, and the CTs have actually already rotated Jordan. He has to win this engagement at arch side. He's going to force the CTs back into sight, and this is going to give a 3-on-2, so very decent setup for USC. Can they win this first engagement? Yes, Hex is going to get it, and Antoine, he's going to have to boost on spools to find something. He's getting spammed. Hex reading him like a book, and Dice, he's going to finish him off. This is SJSU's last buy round, and they have to save.
SJSU, they have no answer towards this B. I guess they put the 3 men on B, but they didn't have enough utilities. I mean, when you invest into a deep banana smoke like that, and you send 3 guys, you have to take banana control. You have to like literally root them out. So you have to molly out logs, molly out the arches, and just take these open angels over by banana. But they only traded 1 for 1, and then they put the smoke in front of the car, and then just fell back. And you know, all your utilities are gone. You didn't gain banana control at all, and they didn't really have the proper response right there. SJSU, it looks like we're gonna go the distance. Round 30. Round 30, Joey.
I don't know what to say, man. These games,
Quadra overtime?
they look over. They're not over. It just doesn't happen. I don't know. USC just went into like full aggro mode, and they're just taking these parts of the map with like no contest. And maybe this could be it. This might be the series that never ends. I think we're bound to have that in Counter-Strike one day. Just a series where they just have to stop the game, replay it another day. 10 overtimes is too much. Everyone's falling asleep. I don't know if that's going to happen today, but it wouldn't surprise me just with the history between these guys. But yeah, this could potentially be an overtime and a 5-round in a row comeback by USC. This would be one of the clutchest comebacks, and this boost not netting them too much. Actually, it might have bided their time just a little longer. Armand could have fell right into that op, but he's going to actually play a little bit closer, so biding their time. This time they do have enough equipment to stall this B site. 50 seconds on the clock. 2 Molotovs left towards B, so this walk contact play could not work as effectively as in the past. Walking through Molotovs is a sure way to throw a game, so we'll have to see if they can make this happen. And this might be the fake round. This might be what you called earlier, and this would be the time to do it because Mishy's going to rotate back, but he's actually holding the angle, waiting for Jordan. He's going to get aggressive, but can't find that spray down, and that's a huge kill to lose. Jordan, had he found that, was going to be a huge opening for the A site. Now they have to rush through porch. They know they're getting crossfired. C-Dub from the balcony able to find it, and this is over. Molotov will surely mount the destruction now. USC can't do anything. King Derpy has to plant, but there's no time. And San Jose State, they win the map 16-14. Maki has to have the most individual play right now, but he gets pistoled by Magnus. And GG's coming out. San Jose State taking it in a not-so-clean 2-0. Very, very, unconvincing win as far as I'm concerned. USC looked like they could have had that, and we'll never know what could have happened in overtime. At San Jose State, they clinch it out in the end, and even with Magnus having all his little issues, disconnects and all, still managed to get it. So San Jose State, they will be making it to the finals. They will be in the CSL finals at DreamHack, playing against Palais de Montreal. And that is going to be an interesting game. San Jose State, one of the favorites. We've been talking about them since before even RO32 about how convincing they can be and explosive. And we saw just that. 6 rounds T-side, ending up cleaning it out, getting those 10 rounds CT they needed. So that'll be it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out with me and Will the last couple months or even just the last couple weeks, however long you've been with us. We thank you. We love you. It's been fun casting for CSL, and hopefully we'll be back for some more. So, again, shout outs to our sponsors, Twitch. They've been so helpful, and especially Asus ROG. Go ahead and thank them on Twitter. Just let them know you love that they're supporting college Counter-Strike and that you want to see more of it. So, again, thank you to our sponsors. You can follow our social medias at Facebook and Twitter at Collegiate CSGO, as well as our YouTube page at C Star League. We have giveaways and contests on the ASUS website, so the video contest will be ending. Votes will be collected very soon, so submissions are done for that, but there is a giveaway that you can enter, so be sure to check out the C Star League website. Lots of cool stuff from Asus. Again, thank you guys so much. Hit that follow button. Next time you'll be seeing more collegiate CSGO will be the finals at DreamHack. So look forward to that. Mark your calendars. That'll be in about a month's time. So you can find all the dates and information at cstarleague.com. Thank you again, guys. Me and Will have been doing this for months together, and we really appreciate your time. We've grown a lot, and hopefully you guys have learned quite a bit. So that'll be it. Any last words, Will?
No, that was very fun. It was, thank you for hosting us. Thank you to CSL for giving us this opportunity. And obviously, thank you to all the viewers, the sponsors. And thank you very much, guys. It was very nice casting with you guys, and we'll see you at DreamHack.
Peace. All right. Well, just to kind of jump in there at the very end, definitely give a big freaking fat shout out, maybe some Kappas in chat for J-Zilk and What's Wrong. What an amazing season they've done and covered. Been an absolute blast. Thank you to Tanya for holding down the community, Nate for holding down the writer side of things, and also any of our admins that have helped out with CSGO throughout the season and have made it such a fun first season for us here at the Collegiate Star League. Now, as mentioned, we will see you next time officially at DreamHack Austin, and that's most likely going to be either Friday or Saturday of that DreamHack specifically. And in between that time, I'm trying to not spoil enough of it, but we will have some bonus content coming up here in the next couple of weeks. I can't exactly release all the details, so it is really important you guys check out the website and follow our social medias, but lots of cool stuff, some competitions, some fun games, and maybe some things that will kind of test the talent across the nation that we've seen throughout the season. But until that time, I want to thank you guys. It's been a fun season working closely with Will and Joey and with the Collegiate CSGO community. An absolute pleasure, and I actually learned how to observe. Woohoo! And but yeah, we will see you guys next time. Thank you again, and from the Collegiate Star League, we thank you all. Good night. Good night. Good night.